Okay, hi. So before we get into this video, I would just like to offer a brief disclaimer. I did not come up with the original idea for this. I got it from thegamer.com. Anyways, let's hop into the video. So basically what happened is that some time ago, whether it was a long time ago or possibly quite recently, the overworld was invaded by the Ender Dragon and the Endermen. They were hoping to conquer a world that isn't just floating rocks surrounded by nothingness. While they did fail, they also took down most of civilization and most of the population with them, leaving the current world of Minecraft. They had to pause the invasion because the Ender portal closed, and that closing left some Endermen in the overworld prepared for the invasion. All the citizens of the overworld either died and turned into zombies, or survived, such as Steve and the villagers. Now here's some evidence. When you think about it, it's kind of weird how there's no society or cities or anything like that in Minecraft. It's just ancient ruins, or the odd village or pillager outpost. Why is this? Well, I believe it's because we were almost destroyed by the invasion, leaving very few people left. Now, you might think it's strange that they would just abandon such a weak realm and be so easy to take over. But as I mentioned, the entrance to the overworld only opens after an Ender Dragon dies. So if the Ender Dragon died, the portal would be closed until the egg hatches, perhaps. The dragon seemed to be in control of the end, so it would make sense that the dragon also controls the portal. Whether unintentional or intentional, I think this might tie into the theory about the Ender Dragon holding the Endermen prisoner. Most of what we know about the Endermen suggests that this theory is correct. They are neutral, they will protect themselves, but they only want to outright attack humans when the full-on invasion happens. They rarely spawn, because there were only a few stuck in the overworld. They obviously come from the end. I really don't think I need to elaborate on that point. It's kind of obvious. I mean, they're literally called endermen. And we can see that they're good fighters who deal quite a bit of damage, as well as having a decent amount of health, as well as being somewhat intelligent based on their ability to carry blocks. I definitely think teleporting creatures with decent intelligence and decent fighting ability could absolutely wreak havoc on the overworld, especially if they had a greater population. Villagers are also called testificates, which means witness in Latin. But witness to what? An apocalyptic event? Witnesses to Steve Alex, who is the one person fighting against the next apocalypse? Obviously, that's just speculation. But the person, like the player, they're really the only thing going on in the world. I mean, what else would the witnesses be witnessing? Monsters respawning yet again? Cows walking around? The player is the only one doing anything important, the only one changing the world. But that's just at the moment. We know that there were more like the player in the past. But they are zombies now. If you examine the zombies, they are clearly dead Steves. They wear the same clothes and are the same size, just zombified. And there are tons of them, so what happened to the dead Steves? The only explanation for this mystery of why everyone died, to me at least, is that there was an invasion by the Endermen. Now, you could say that there was a meteor, like what happened to the dinosaurs, but the world itself is fine, so it can't be that. A piglin invasion? Why are there no piglins in the overworld then? A disease, like some sort of zombie infection? I mean, it's plausible, but that still doesn't explain how Endermen got into our world. They had to have escaped, and the only way for them to do that is to have gotten out the portal after the Ender Dragon died. So we know at the very least the Ender Dragon died, the Endermen got in our world. Some of them ended up here. Somehow everyone died except for Steve. So I think it's a pretty good chance there was an apocalyptic invasion. So with all that evidence out of the way, I'll provide a summary of the theory. So the Ender Dragon and his/her/they/preferred pronouns Endermen tried to invade the overworld. They destroyed society, but some of them were trapped out of the portal because the portal, escaping the end, disappeared when the egg for the next Ender Dragon hatched. The Enderman soldiers were trapped inside the overworld, still are trapped, and the remaining witnesses, aka villagers, are witnessing Steve, the only one of his species who wasn't killed and zombified. I don't know why I went to say crucified. Anyways, they're watching him fight back against the Enderman and the Ender Dragon itself. Although, if my theory is correct, Steve might have allowed the Enderman to escape again by killing the Ender Dragon. I don't know, it's kind of dark to think about, but I hope you enjoyed this video. I'd like to hear you share your thoughts in the comments. Bye.